Happy Supercharged Manifesting Monday, Money Day. That's what we call it here in the Money Family. Welcome to the start of another week. Time for some inspirational coffee. In fact, today we're going to do a little check-in. We're going to do a little mid-year check-in. So I'm going to wait for you all to get in here, join us, give us love, give each other love. That's the way we love to start Mondays off, our money day here. And we call ourselves the Money Family. So if this is your first time watching or you're watching the replay, just so you know, if you hear us saying that, that's how we roll. We renamed Mondays Money Day and we call ourselves the Money Family, and we love on each other. That's the way we start every Monday. All right, so jump in, say hello. When I look this way, by the way, it's for me to see all the comments. So yes, that's right. Good Money Day, Money Family. I love it. All right, happy Money Day. I see that you're all coming in, and as you probably know, this morning, I think some of you just show up. It's like whatever we're talking about, I'm down for it, right? So you might not even know what we're talking about, but I know several of you have seen our little image in our Facebook group telling you, and also our emails that we send out on Monday mornings. So this morning we're talking about, I love it. This morning we're talking about self-trust. And I really want to have this conversation in the context of a mid-year check-in. Like, how are you doing? Right? So now that I see that you're all here, why don't we start off with this question? And it's, can you trust you? So I want everybody to type, can I trust me? Can I trust me? And if Jackie Kilrain is on, I think I can't. Usually Jackie's on every Monday morning, but this conversation was inspired by a comment that she made some time ago on one of our lives, where she said, like, she just put in the comments, it'd be so amazing if I could trust myself. And it has never left me, and I decided I wanted to have this conversation, and that this time, like middle of the year, would be a good time to check in, So can I trust me? All of you watching, go ahead and make sure that you you type that question, because I want it to seep into your subconscious mind this morning and for the rest of the week, especially after we do what we're going to do. We're going to do a little recommitment ritual at the end of our live this morning. So that's a really good question. And it's really important that you know what the answer is, especially for lots of reasons. And I'm going to talk about them, but especially those of us that believe in, the laws of the universe, that believe in manifesting, that believe that everything is energy. Then you want to think about the energy that you are walking around with, if you're keeping your word to yourself versus if you're not, right? So can you count on yourself to keep the promises that you made to you? And I don't know about you, but what I found on my journey is, if literally, if I give you my word, you can take it to the bank. It is money in the bank. Count it as done. Count it towards your balance. Because if I give you my word, if I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do something for you, it's a done deal. But then when it came to doing things for me and things that I said I was going to do for me, so it's not even just like, let me do something nice for myself. I'm specifically talking about when I said I was going to do something for myself. I was going to change something. I was going to, step into that next level, whatever it might be. And then I realized I could not count on the money in the bank the same way everybody else in my life could when I gave my word. And that plays into manifesting, right? So I want you to start this morning asking yourself that question. And then here's another big one, like, how would it feel if you kept your word to yourself? How would it feel for you? Because I know when I'm not keeping my word to myself, it sucks. It sucks. It plagues me. It's almost like, sometimes it can get very bad and I just can't even look myself in the mirror. Or I get despondent. Like, I don't want to do anything. I don't just want to do anything anymore. I sit there and it's just on my mind. I feel bad about it. I feel guilty. I feel embarrassed. I feel ashamed. I feel all the things. And it's just like, you said you were going to do this, Tasha, and you're not doing it, or you didn't do it. And it doesn't feel amazing. So one of the reasons why I want to have this conversation is we're in the middle of the year. I know at the start of the year, everybody put some big desires and intentions out there, but how have you been doing with the promises that you made to yourself? And here's the thing, the more that you can start to trust yourself with the promises that you made, there are so many benefits to that. First of all, I can't trust anybody else if I can't trust me. Period. End of story. Right? I remember reading a quote that says, stop worrying if you can trust somebody else. Like, if you're in a relationship, stop worrying if you can trust them. Put more of your energy into trusting yourself, trusting that you're going to be okay no matter what. That's the next level of self-trust. Like, I have moved beyond the worry about trusting people. What I trust in is that I'm going to be okay. I have done the work to start to honor my promises to myself, so I know I can trust me. And that's the greatest trust of all, is self-trust. But it's also an act of self-love. So for me, what I have learned is why we want to master self-trust is that it gives us access to a deeper level of self-love. Just think about it. Just like I can't trust anybody else outside of me, I can't trust that God is going to provide. There's a lot that I can't trust if I'm truly not even trusting in myself. If I'm not even trusting that I'm going to keep my word to myself. And I remember we had my mentor on several years ago to talk about self-trust and manifesting. And it was like, energetically, the equation is off. Like, you're asking God, universe, source, to do something for you that you're not demonstrating your willingness to do for yourself. Right. So I get that. I understand that. And I want to have this conversation because I want you to start to think about, self trust. When I know I keep my word to me, I can trust me. It's an act of self love. Right? So self-trust equals self-love, it equals self-confidence. But the biggest part of why we want to be really keeping our promises to ourselves and developing that self-trust muscle is that the law of cause and effect is amplified when you are demonstrating self-trust, right? So here's the thing. The more you honor your promises to you, the more you honor your word to you, which is the cause, the more you live a life where the things that you said you were going to accomplish, you were going to achieve, you were going to manifest, you were going to whatever it is, you were going to do, you were going to change, the more you keep standing for that, the more you keep going after those things, the more you keep taking action on those things, that is the cause. And the effect is that all the promises that were made for you, all the promises that are onto you, all the things that are meant for you to have and experience are magnetized to you. And I feel like a layman's term of explaining this cause and effect with this self-trust thing is that when you're standing in honoring your word to you, so you start trusting yourself, what happens is you stand for what you deserve. You stand for what you deserve. You stand and you say, I said I was going to do this for myself and I'm doing it. Now, I'm not saying I'm just, all I want to focus on is that you're doing it. You're in the action of doing it versus, when you're sitting on the couch and you're like, I haven't even taken the first step. I said I was going to do that thing and I haven't even taken the first step. That's what I'm talking about, that place, right? So what happens is you start to break down your self belief, your self trust, your self confidence, your self everything starts to break down because you have no trust in you. You can't trust you, right? So the more that you stand for honoring your word to yourself and building self trust, that is the cause. And the effect is you are like a walking billboard for deservingness. And the universe, God, source, whatever your belief system is, like, here you go. You're right. Like, you keep your word to you, I keep my word to you. And it's not a condition. We're all walking around blessed all the time and highly favored. So it's not like you need to do this thing to get that thing. It's more about energy. It's more about, it's kind of like the verse in the Bible that says, faith without action is dead, So if I'm asking for something, but I'm not taking the actions to demonstrate that I really am moving towards receiving it, then it's dead, right? So it's the same thing. I promised myself that I was going to manifest this thing or have this thing or be this thing, and there's some stuff that I need to be doing in the process. So I'm hoping that this is, yeah, I love that, Rhonda. Follow through for myself is so empowering and seem to be like going from glory to glory. I couldn't have said it better. Following through for myself. We follow through for everybody else. We keep our word to everybody else, but talk about doing it for us and knowing. I mean, just think about that. It's like I started this morning. How different would you feel if you knew that you could count on the promises that you made to yourself all the time in every area of your life, right? So this morning, I just want us to look back. I want us to look back at the start of the year. I want us to do a quick check-in with the things that we were saying that we were going to do, the things that we said we were going to change, that we were going to transform, that we were committed to experiencing and having. And how have you been doing it? How have you been doing with it? What was it that you said you should have done? How was it that you said you were going to change? What is it that you said you were going to stop doing or start doing? Think about those things. What are the promises that you made to yourself for this year? And here is what I want every one of us watching to do. Jackie, I love that. That is so good. Self-trust equals deservingness. Yeah. You literally become a walking billboard. So I promised you that I would share with you how to master self-trust, because knowing you can count on yourself, knowing that you're going to keep your word to you is so empowering. And I mean, I want that for all of you. So I want to tell you the way to master it is this. Promises that you make to yourself are non-negotiable. That's a big word to type, but go ahead. All of you, literally make your brain get that. Promises made to me are non-negotiable. Promises made to me are non-negotiable. That is how you build self-trust. There's no two ways about it. If I said I was going to do it, I'm going to do it. I can count on me. It's money in my bank account, right? You can take it to the bank. If I said I was going to do it for myself, I am going to do it, or I'm going to give it 100% of my effort, my energy, my time, my resources, whatever. If I said I was going to do it, I'm going to do it. Promises made to me are non-negotiable. That is how you master self-trust. I love it. Every single person watching live, watching the replay, go ahead. Promises made to me are non-negotiable. I love it. Okay. So then let's recommit. Let's do our little quick recommitment ritual right now. First, I want you to just, take a moment and forgive yourself. We're human. We're all on this human journey. We falter at times. We make mistakes. We didn't do what we said we were going to do. It's okay. We're going to give a little self-love and forgiveness to ourselves around all of it. Just here in this moment, wherever you are on the journey for what you said you were going to do, accomplish, or have, or be this year, just a quick forgiveness to yourself. All right? No worries. Here's what matters more than where you are, that you recommit. So right now, I want every single person watching live or watching the replay, I want you to think of one thing you're going to be a non-negotiable about for yourself and stand for it. Go ahead and type it in the comments so that you put it out there. I cannot tell you the power of speaking in the presence of people, others who are like-minded, like-spirited, on the same journey. And whether another person reads it or not, the fact that you put it out there, that you wrote it, that you said it, that you declared it, it just amplifies more than anything else your commitment to yourself. Right? So what is the one thing that you are going to model for yourself that you can trust you in getting this done? before the end of the year, right? We're mid-year, end of June. So what is it? What is the one thing that's going to be every single person watching? I want every person to type a thing. It could be big or small. It could be that I'm going to drink 8 ounces of water every day. It doesn't matter. Like, if that's where you need to start, go ahead. And maybe that's a big promise that you made to yourself, right? If you said, I was going to walk 3 times a week, go for it. If you said, I was going to get to $20,000 a month consistently, then what is it that you need to be doing so that you can manifest that? Like, what is the one thing that you are recommitting to? And maybe it's just the energy of recommitting to it, not necessarily that you're going to do this big massive thing starting today, but more than anything else, that you're just recommitted to it, because maybe you set it as an intention at the start of the year and you've forgotten about it, you've not given it any energy, you've not been doing your journaling, your visualizing, and you just want to recommit to that intention and start to tap into that next level of being able to know you can trust you. I love it. I love it. I love, 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 love. Oh my gosh, look at all of these. Look at all of these things that you guys are promising to yourself. This is so powerful. Recommit to reading, Mark says. I love that. So here we go. Can you trust you? Will you keep this promise to you? Do you promise yourself to keep this promise to you? Self-trust is an act of self-love. It is also, you become a magnet for the things that you deserve. You amplify the law of cause and effect. Okay, well, I'm going to leave you with that for this week. Have the most amazing week you can possibly conquer. Like, whatever you can conjure up this morning, have an amazing everything. One of the things that I like to do at the start of the week is I decide for myself, what do I want to experience this week? And 3 things every week, right? So what do I want to experience? Lots of times it's the same, but I try to mix it up a little bit. Think for yourself, what are 3 experiences that you want to have this week? I know for me, I want to be present in the magic of the moments. I just want to be fully present. I want to be fully awake in my dream. I want every single thing to just like amplify in my awareness. So that's number 1. I want to feel loved and love till it is like everything I look at, I see hearts, I see love, that's all I want to see, witness, experience. I just want to be in love over abundant flow. That's what I want to have, right? And let's see, what else am I intending? And the other thing is, I just want to be joyous. I want to be happy beyond my wildest imagination. 3 things that I want to experience this week. So go ahead and think about what it is that you want, 3 things that you want to experience, and write down that commitment that you made to yourself. Mwah. I love you all. Have a great week. Have a wonderful week. Bye.